And Nikki, it's over to you.
Good morning, everybody, or good evening, or if you're where I am, good night. I'm in Sydney. My name is Nikki, and welcome to this chat about Mannatech. We are so lucky today because we have Bo Alex, who's in Sweden, and we have Ian Harvey, who is in the UK. They are both presidential directors with Mannatech. Thank you for joining us today, and I know you're going to talk about your journey and everything you love about Mannatech. So thank you so much for joining us today. We are going to start off today with Bo Alex. And Bo has a diverse background in business, from manufacturing to wholesale distribution, retailing, real estate, and so many more areas has spent in the field of direct selling and network marketing. Bo has been invited over the last 20 years as a keynote speaker in multi-level marketing industry in, well, basically everywhere, in Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland, Ukraine, Russia, Poland, Slovakia, Czechoslovakia, Romania, Spain, Germany, United Kingdom, Netherlands, South Africa, Botswana, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, USA, and many more. Did I miss any, Bo? Or is that everybody? Is that everywhere you've been? Or have you been here? A few more? Missed a few more?
There's a few more.
Next time I'll get there, I'll get them all in. But Bo Alex has joined a major network marketing company as at the distributor level and reached one of the highest achievement levels in 16 years. Oh, sorry, in just 6 years, you reached that. Wow, that's mad, Bo. And you have done this through back to basics teaching combined with the good old fashioned common sense, which I think many people have lost now, but you have literally used those tools and revolutionized your business performance. Bo joined Mannatech back in 2008 with his wife, Helen, and they quickly built a team, a massive team, and have reached a level of presidential just in 6 months. Wow, that's awesome, Bo. And then you went on to bronze presidential, then a year later, just that, I mean, bronze presidential in a year. Wow, that's amazing. And then in 2012, you reached silver presidential. And you have, or Bo has, businesses in multiple European countries. You've traveled across Europe, supported his team throughout Europe, and has also supported associates across Australia and the United States, and has spent the last 14 years with Mannatech. Bo, I know you are so well respected about globally with Mannatech community. You are a true leader of this industry, and I am so grateful that you've joined us tonight, and you are bringing all those years experience, not just with Mannatech, but with multi-level marketing. So thank you so much for joining us, Bo.
Thank you. It's a privilege to be here.
That warms my heart on this very sunny, warm Sydney evening. So I'm just going to dump right in right now and just dive into the questions. So how long have you been connected to network marketing? If I haven't, I think I mentioned it, like 16 years have you been, but how long have you been connected with network marketing, and what made you choose this particular industry?
Well, it was back in 1997. And as you wrote in my bio, I've been in many different businesses. And just happened to be so, I was stung in an investment scheme and went from a millionaire to be flat broke in 14 months. So I have to give up my home in America, my home in Sweden, my 7 cars, my everything, and moved into a little townhouse with my family. Back then we were 2 kids and 2 adults. When I had a phone call from a guy in America who said, "How are you doing?" I said, "You can't believe it. I've lost everything I have. I'm a homeless person, have a better net worth than I have." He said, "Fantastic." I said, "Well, didn't you hear what I said?" He said, "Yeah, it is fantastic. Because maybe now you're humble enough to listen to me, what I want to share with you." And I was like, yeah, what is it? He said, I've seen something where you and me can work together and make money, and you can buy back your life. Buy back my life. Okay, that resonated well with me. So I said, what is it? He said, well, you need to come over so I can show you. I said, do you understand? I said, I've lost everything I have, and you're in America, and I'm in Sweden. He said, yeah, I heard it. I said, you need to give me a little bit more. Because now, first of all, I need to make a decision about flying to the US, and I'm also going to find the money to be able to go. He said, well, I can't. I said, you can't? He said, no, 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 no. I can't really explain this on the phone. That was like as stupid as, calling the hairdresser and get a haircut over the phone. I said, well, yeah, well, long story short, um, I called my brother-in-law and said, do you have a credit card? He said, yeah. Do you have money on it? He said, yeah. Can you do me a favor? Buy me an airline ticket. I'm going to fly to New York. So a couple of weeks later, I was on the plane, came to America. They took me to a Coliseum. There was like 18,000 people in it. And I looked at it and I said, what have I got myself into? This seems like to be a huge, and nothing wrong with that, but a huge Pentecostal meeting where everybody was like supernatural excited, and they were talking about things, and I was like, man, what should I tell my wife? I told my wife that my friend in America had bought me an airline ticket to fly over. I lied to her. I said I can never tell her the truth about this, but I was there for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I asked 1 million questions, and they got me reasonable answers. So I said, well, I think I can do this. If my debt at that time was, I think it was in American dollars, $1.9 million I owed, and I said, I can probably figuring out how to get $149 together to buy a starter pack. So I said, well, I'm going to do it. And they said, okay. The only problem was that the company didn't exist in Sweden. It was the closest country was Germany. So I had to go to Germany to get registered. And that was like, I saw an opportunity because at that event, they handed out annual reward checks. Some of them, they have made extra $112,000. And I was like, man, there's serious money involved here. And they seems to have good products. They seems to have this. So, I mean, the only way to figuring out if it works is to do it. So I did. And rest is history. That's how I got into network marketing.
That's such a great story. I love that though. Buy back my life. That is such a good. It's almost like a good philosophy of what you can do if you are, put in the time, the effort, and you are successful with Mannatech as well, isn't it? So there are like so many multi-level marketing companies, MLNs around. I mean, anything from hair products to essential oils. What made you decide on Mannatech?
Well, that was also like a coincidence because I became very successful in my original company. And as in the bio, I was invited keynote speaker in Malaysia, all over the place. But I always worked more than I should because I never let the coincidence decide if I'm going to be successful or not. I'm going to do whatever I can every single day and still trying to have a balanced life and with the family and the kids traveling with us. And one day we had a big event in Sweden. I woke up in the morning, took on my suit. Sunday, last day of the weekend function. And I walked down for breakfast, and I sat down, and there was a keynote speaker from America that was there. He says, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "What do you mean, what's wrong with you?" He said, "You are totally white in your face." And I said, "I am. Well, I feel a little, not really okay." He said, "If I were you, I would go back to bed." And I said, "It's not what I want to do, but I think I have to." So I crashed. I stayed in bed. In the afternoon, I went down and made a 15-minute speech, just say, thank you, goodbye to everybody. And I went back to bed and came home. I slept for three days, and I was still didn't wake up. The energy didn't come back. It was just like somebody had pulled the plug on me. And rumors spread fast, and I got a phone call from a very good friend that I have worked with before, who have left that company and joined something called Mannatech. I couldn't even pronounce it. So he called me and said, Bo, if I send you 4 products, can you promise me that you take them? I said, yeah, I take whatever, because I'm like, I can't walk to the second floor in the house. I don't have energy to drive more than 15 minutes in the car, and I guarantee I'm gonna take those products. So he sent me Core 4, Mannatech's Core 4 products. And I started to take them. I thought there was the nastiest taste ever. Packages looks like horrible. I didn't have any impression at all. More than after a week, I'm starting to feeling some kind of supernatural recovery. And another 3 weeks later, it was a month, I was up and running again. And my doctor said to me, "What have you done?" Because they thought like, man, he's got to be gone for long. And I started to think, man, we don't have any products like this in the company I was working with. We don't have nothing. I mean, that was a nutritional company, actually the largest in the world. And I was taking 30 different supplementations every day, and I still got sick. I said, man, what am I going to do about this? And then I flew to Moscow to do a function there, me and Helen. And I was standing on stage teaching what I love to do, sharing. And I felt like a liar standing on stage saying that we have the best product, when I knew that there was a company who have actually, made me come back the way I did. So on the plane home, I said to Helen, you know what? I think I need to do something totally different. She said, what? I think I need to quit doing what I'm doing. She said, after 11 years, that hard you worked, the life we have created, you're ready to give it up? I said, yeah, I don't want to be known as a liar. And I've seen technologies, and I'm not a science guy at all. I said, but I see things happening, and I know for sure that must be millions of people who need to get access to this technology, the glycans. So we came home and we gathered the family together. I said, Daddy's going to start doing something totally different. And they said, what are you going to do? Well, there was another company named Mannatech, and Luciano is working there, and blah, 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 blah. And my daughter's starting to cry. And she said, "But we're going to sell the house." "No, we're not going to sell the house." And the boys, "Are you going to sell the brand new car? And are we not going to go on vacations anymore?" I said, no. We're going to go on vacations. We're going to do all of this. No problem. No worry. But I need to be like out there working to do something. And then I needed to make a calculation to see if there was any money available. I mean, the product is brilliant. I knew that for sure. And now I calculated on the compensation plan. I said, man, it seems like too good to be true. They're actually paying 43% in commission. Nobody else do that. They say it's potential to do it, but they don't do it. So, nevertheless, I called my friend Luciano, said, I want to do this. I said, there's only one problem. Mannatech doesn't exist in Sweden. And he said, well, we probably can work that out. So they worked that out. And I joined, and I brought 58 people with me out of a couple of thousand. So I just let that business be where it is. We have done something right because we still have the business. The first business, we still have it. It's not as big as it was, but we were allowed to keep it, and they've been keep paying commissions since 2008 every single month because of the work that we did before. So the story about creating a passive residual income, many brag about that, but not many people have actually seen it happen. So, but me and Helen, we are one of the few, I think, that is still paid after since 2008 when we told them we are leaving, and I told them why we're leaving because I've seen products that have impacted my health, and the other company also experienced I got really sick and they were concerned and worried about everything. I was on the advisory board for Scandinavia, and so we joined Mannatech, and you know what? The kids got all their vacations they wanted. We've been invited to as presidentials to Hawaii. I've been to Hawaii so many times I lost count.
It's a good place to be, though, isn't it?
Or I'm retarded and I can't really remember. I think I've been to Hawaii 7 or 8 times with my family, with Mannatech. So
nice.
Dream come true. And well, I'm not sure if that was the answer of your questions. When I start talking, I don't stop.
No, I think it's beautiful. Like, I picked up on what you were saying, that you joined Mannatech with products, you believed in the products first and foremost, and
Yep.
and you really come across like you. I picked up that you wanted to join Mannatech not only because you believed in the products, but also because you couldn't fully products you were selling. Now you tried something else, and you wanted to be authentic to you. You wanted to be authentic to the people you were talking to, your team, and you felt you could be that with Mannatech because you knew the power of their products. You know how well they worked on you, and you wanted to bring that to other people, to the world, as best you can in your way, in your capacity of being a presidential director. And I think you've also touched on the other question I was going to ask, because you are very successful. We touched on it in the opening. Within 6 months, you went from distributor to bronze presidential. Then a year later, you went to presidential, silver presidential director. And I feel like this was because you're talking about earlier on about hard work. It's not like, oh, you're at that level, you're okay, you're just going to sit back, you've got this residential income coming in. It's like, no, I'm still going to work hard. I'm going to achieve. And that's I think maybe what you could put down to your success and how you became presidential director. Hard work.
Work ethic. I mean, there is nothing called a free lunch. And my personality is this. Some people say I'm like have a big head, but I have a big vision, and I always dreamt about traveling the world, seeing my businesses, because I love traveling. I mean, we are both me and my wife, we're passionate travelers. We want to see the whole world. But why pay for your trips by yourself if somebody else can pay for it? Your business. But then it needs to be a legitimate business. So when I'm around people, I'm always listening. So what language do you talk? What language do you talk? What language do you talk? And I figured out that's a very simple approach because everybody wants to tell where they're from. And I said, man, that's interesting. I work with people from Australia. I work with people from wherever it is. So to be able to travel, I expanded my business. And it's not like if I don't believe in what I'm doing, why should somebody else do it? So very simple. When I had my company with a lot of employees and stuff, I was there the first person at work. I was the last person at work. I was the last to leave the building. Christmas Eve, I was there a couple of hours. New Year's Eve, I was there a couple of hours. On vacation, I was there a couple of hours. I was there, we were going on vacation. Helen called and said, "You need to come home now and pack." Why? Because we're leaving in 2 hours. I said, "Where are we leaving for again? I forgot where we're going." "Well, you better come home now. We're going to go skiing." "Oh, yeah, ski, Austria. Yeah, I'm coming." So always late, always working hard, set an example. And I don't expect anybody to do something I haven't done myself. And if you have lost your entire life financially once, you know the pain of not being able to eat, not being able to pay the electric bill. You can't have romantic evenings every evening with candlelights because they turn off the electricity. It comes to a point when it's really like, even though we have managed to hide that from the kids, they never figured out we were flat broke. So I didn't want to go back there. I just want to make sure this is never gonna happen again, and I'm gonna be debt free. I'm going to pay back everything, and I haven't. I don't claim I paid back $1.9 million, but I've been a super giant of negotiations, and of course paying and paying and paying and paying. But I really so that work ethic, as long as I can, as long as anybody want to listen to me, I'm going to do it. So I've been listening to people. So where are you from? Oh, where are you from? Where are you from? I met the person. I said, "Well, I'm from Ukraine." "Oh, Ukraine, interesting place." So what do you do? I said, "This is what I do." And I share the technology and I share what we're doing. They said, "Man, we can do that in Ukraine." Well, maybe you can. We're not there yet. But so I flew over to Ukraine, brought somebody with me who spoke Ukrainian. I said, "You can talk to your friends. You can introduce me to your family, and I can do presentation. You be my translator. This is a way for you of, you know, free of charge going to see your family." So we did, and we ended up with 8,000 distributors in Ukraine, and then Putin invited Crimea, and that was like the end of that story. So I'm not really a good friend of Putin, but because I never heard about anybody losing an entire leg with 8,000 people because of a war, but I did. So I have a world record there, I think. And of course, not everything that we have done has been like, oh, happy days and happy days and happy days. But the thing is this, if you found those people once, well, there's a new generation growing up and you can find new ones and you can do it again. And that is overcome to become. And it's all about what do you read? Who do you associate with? Because we had something else coming in called COVID that, like, where is that coming from? We can't talk to people. We can't do meetings. We can't do anything of the things that is totally essential in our work habit. Well, sit and wait. I think I have some COVID kilos still in my face. And I'm fighting with that right now. So, to get it work. So uh, I saw one of the questions you had. So why should people evaluate Mannatech? Let's face it. I've been approached with so many different opportunities over the years based upon the result that I created, and I've seen so many different products. And I can just tell you this: there isn't any products like Mannatech, because it doesn't matter nobody been able to do it. We have the best. And if you're gonna start a company of your own, start your little business, it would be quite stupid to take a product that nobody heard about, that has no science, no need for it, and try to create the need. There is a huge need. There is a huge need of health in the world. There is a huge need of money in the world, and that is the only thing we need to provide: products, health, and money. I think I
I feel
take
like you're sort of answering. Yeah, I also feel like you're answering that question just not just from a business point of view, but also if you're looking or you're needing a good quality product, health product that is backed by science, that is backed by research, that's backed by 20 plus years of people buying it and people benefiting from it. And I feel like, you know, you're sort of speaking to somebody who's looking for a health product because they realize that their supplements that they're taking aren't working, but also you're talking to somebody who's looking for a business opportunity as well. And talking about business opportunities, you're joined today by Ian Harvey as well, and he's a director with Mannatech. Oh, sorry, not a director, sorry, a president with Mannatech. Keep getting those two muddled up. I shouldn't, because there's a big difference in Mannatech. But Ian, I know you're on the line as well, and he is based in the UK. Sorry, I downgraded you there, Ian. Apologies.
No, that's fine. That's
Ian,
fine.
Ian is, I promise you, he is presidential level in Mannatech, and Ian is a great chap. He has a well-developed business acumen, keen eye, and good insights. He is very commercially very aware and has the inenviable ability to make sound decisions under extreme pressure. Ian is a natural positive person with huge enthusiastic attitude. He is achievement driven. He's got awesome ability to achieve great team spirit. He's an absolute amazing business coach, and you really see people's strengths within them, pull them out and make them aware of them and build them. So Ian, I know that you've been with Mannatech a little while, should we say, and I was just wondering, again, a similar sort of question that I asked, where there are so many MLM businesses out there. What made you join this kind of industry when there's so many industries you could have joined with your skills and your ability?
All right. Yeah, thanks, Nikki. Let me just mention Nikki, actually, because she's off there in Australia, and she is growing a phenomenal business. Both myself and Mr. Bo Alex have plenty of years of experience. But Nikki's new to the whole of this, and already she's a silver director in our business, which means she's got a pretty good business. So I just want to thank you first, Nikki, for staying up, because I know it's night time, and hosting myself and Bo today. Let me tell you a little bit about my journey before I tell you about Mannatech, because I actually come from a large family. And my father worked for the police force the majority of his life. And it was when it was an honor. It wasn't a thing about a lot of money. It was an honor. So anyway, I made my decision when I was really young, is that I'd watch my parents scrape it just about enough to keep us all fed. And I thought, well, I want a different lifestyle to that. When I grow up in my family, I want to have more than that. So anyway, it come to a stage where I left school, and the careers teacher said to me, "Now, I don't know what you're going to do, because you didn't take school seriously. You was always bringing things to school and selling them." So I said, "Oh, okay." He said, "I think you could probably be a chef." Well, for those of you who know me, I can't even cook a piece of toast. So I thought probably this chef thing's not going to work out for me. So I made my own path, and I come across, I was only 17, and I come across this thing called network marketing. And everyone kept telling me, get a proper job, get a proper job. I was still living at home. And I said to my mom, I'm going to go to this meeting. She said, what is it? I said, it's called MLM, network marketing or something. She said, oh, you don't want to do that. You won't make any money at that. She didn't know what it was. However, she had an opinion. So she said, you need to get yourself a proper job. So actually, I went to the meeting and I was blown away. I was actually blown away by what people were earning, the testimonials they were sharing regarding the business plan or what have you. And so I decided I'm going to get involved in network marketing. So I went home that night and my mum was still sat up. That's always bad when your mum's sat up when you're 17. That means you're about to get grilled, let me tell you. So anyway, she said, well, how'd you get on? I said, you're right. You're absolutely right. I need to get a proper job, and I've made a decision. I'm going to get a proper job right now. She said, good, at last you've seen sense. She said, where do you think you can get your proper job? I said, oh, network marketing. Well, she had a few choice words to mention on that. She was not really endorsing it very, very much, but it's okay. So I actually got involved with this company. It was doing really, really well. But the one thing I was short of, the one thing I was really short of as I've gone through life is the real right company, to be with the right company that really has everything that everybody else has. And so I got invited to a Mannatech meeting. I got a phone call and say, look, you're successful in this industry. You need to look at Mannatech. I said, what does Mannatech do? And they sell nutritional supplements. And I have no idea about supplements. No point me coming. Not at all. Put the phone down. On the fourth occasion, because they were persistent, on the fourth occasion, they said, we got these products. They're incredible. They're amazing. I said, okay, I'll come because they're pest. So I thought I'll go. And what I'll do, I'll just, fact I've got, I can close them down. Well, I went to this Mannatech meeting. I heard phenomenal stories of the product and how good the product is, the company, people were earning money. And I was, if I'm honest, I was absolutely blown away. I went just to discredit them. I thought what I'll do is in a month's time, I'll tell everyone they're selling snake oil and I'll get back to my life. Well, I never had the chance to do that because I took the products for a month and I felt completely different. I had a challenge that I'd had for many, many years and took the products for just 1 month. And I thought I must be sick because all my symptoms have gone now, Anyway, I got such a profound turnaround is I just traveled the world, the whole world, virtually to Japan and Mexico. And unlike Bo, I've only been to Hawaii 3 times and I can still count them. He's been too many, But anyway, so we started traveling the world and telling everyone, you just need to take these products. You just need to try these products. And it was absolutely phenomenal. What I will say, though, is if you're deciding to join a network marketing company, do your due diligence. Find out about the company first because there are lots of companies out there. And the one thing that you really need to do is you need to look at the stability of that company. Well, I can tell you a bit about Mannatech because Mannatech has been trading now for over 30 years. And so that company is pretty stable with a turnover of over 5 million. And people say, how do you get so much turnover? Well, the great news is if you're actually got a product that does what it says on the lid, people are going to come back for more. If you've got a product that's something completely different once you take the lid off, they're not going to come back to you. And the phenomenal thing about Mannatech is that our subscription level is extremely high. And people stay with us for over 10, 12 plus years. I've been with the company now for 23 years. And people just actually keep repeating because they get the wellness feeling. So you've got to have a good product. So that's an endorsement of Mannatech when the sales grow to over 5 billion. It's incredible. We have had over 150 patents on our product. And that means no one can actually copy your product. I mean, after 20 years, they drop off. We don't renew them all because science moves on. But it's incredible. And here's the thing. Here's the big thing, because if you're looking at Mannatech for the first time today, then you're obviously looking to your future as well. It's not just about today. If you'd asked me just a few months ago, how big is Mannatech? I would have said to you, we're in 26 different countries. If you asked me 3 months ago, I'd say we're operating in 32 countries. If you ask me today, then we're actually operational now in 44 countries. And what that means is while everyone is shrinking, everyone is cutting back, Mannatech is growing at a phenomenal pace. And that all comes down to have you got the right product? Does the product do what it says on the lid? Yes, it very does, you know. And there's a couple of things, you know, one people want is flexibility. On Mannatech, you can work as much as you want. I have a phenomenal working relationship, Mr. Bo Alex. I have an absolutely incredible allegiance to him. So when I worked with him, he always shares tips for you, you know, even when he sends you out in like the snow in Sweden, you know, and he's got all his boots on because he knows the snow out there, and I've got my business shoes on, you know, but he let me go out there and fall over and said, you'll learn next time. And that's absolutely incredible. He's a super guy, and I'm delighted to be presenting with him today. Mannatech will give you a good long-term career. It really will. And all we have to do is speak to people. That's all we have to do. So for me, I'm delighted. I've chalked up my 23 years in Mannatech. I'll be here until I go in my box, that's for sure, because the one thing I like is that I love the feeling that you can go out there and share with people and give them an opportunity to do whatever they want to do. And for a lot of people, to give them the opportunity to pay for their food bill, give people an opportunity to buy a car, give people an opportunity to live the life that they want to. You know, it's access with no limits to the barriers. You can actually just crush them, go through, and become extremely successful. So, yeah, that's my journey. And regarding Mannatech, I don't think there's anything else out there at all. As Mr. Bo Alex said, you know, he was working with one of the largest companies in the world. And then Mannatech, which is growing at a phenomenal pace, he took the product. Guess what? I had the same story. I took the product, you know, and it's absolutely phenomenal what these products do. They really are. They're incredible. They're amazing. I couldn't be more excited about this business, about the business opportunity. It's absolutely phenomenal. So whether you're just interested in wellness products, or whether you're interested in an opportunity to really give you security. See, I take my Mannatech business as my pension, because a lot of people will go to work, and when they come 60 or 65, they'll be given a clock or something like that and say, off you go, then we're no longer of value to us, and someone else takes their job. Then all of a sudden they're scratching around like chickens trying to find food and what have you. The great news about being involved in network marketing is you fly with the eagles. You don't have retirement age. You build your business. It's a residual income. It continues to grow while you keep feeding it. And we don't say to people, oh, here's your clock. You can go and buy your own platinum clock if you want to. Buy your own platinum boat if you want to. You are fully in charge. And there's no one going to say to you at the end of it, okay, now you have to leave. It's a phenomenal business and a brilliant pension fund for me. And it is for millions of other people as well.
And I actually the same as you and Bo Alex. I took their products because I had a bit of a health thing going on, and I took their products, and I found that they worked. So for me, I can't. I'm like Bo and like yourself, Ian. I can't talk about anything unless I've taken a product, unless I believe in what I am promoting and what I'm talking to people about. And so the fact that all three of us are here and we've taken the products, we liked them, we saw the benefit so much that we actually wanted to join the organization, I think speaks volumes about their products when there is so many health, nutrition, wellness products out there. We've all put them to one side, and we've taken these and we join this organization. So I think that speaks volumes about the products and volumes about the community that we're here today, because, you know, like Ian said, I'm in Sydney, Bo's in Sweden, and Ian, you're in the UK, and we are just really one big community at the end of it, aren't we? So if you have any questions, please either hit any of us up on any of the social media channels. You'll find us there, either about the Mannatech or about the business opportunity or about their products. Please do get in touch with us. We'll very much help you and share with you any information that we have about the business opportunity and the products. So thank you, Ian. Thank you, Bo, for joining us this evening, this morning, this afternoon.
All right. Thanks, Nikki. Thanks, Mr. Bo Alex. Entertaining as normal.
Thank you very much. It's a privilege to be here.
Okay.